Yes. We have a huge update for you guys. The Philadelphia Eagles, there's a lot of stuff going on. Sit back. I don't know how long this is going to be, but Howie Roseman, Nick Sirianni had their press conferences today. They talked about a lot of things. Bijan Robinson was on ESPN on a huge interview and really leaked some stuff today, which I'm like, I'm freaking out. I am not going to be able to sleep for probably a week after even hearing this, and some other news with the coaching staff, some Matt Patricia news as well that fans might get a little angry over. So let's get straight into all this great news.
Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Everyone's having a great day. We have a week left. I mean, we are like, the more we were thinking about the draft every single day, the days were getting slower. So now the days are going to even be more slow before we get to the draft next week. And I'm so excited. I cannot wait to see the talent that Howie Roseman brings, those 2 first-round picks. It's going to be amazing. Now, Nick Sirianni and Howie Roseman had their press conference today. So, the beat writers were going to ask a lot of questions that the fans need answers for. And trust me, Howie Roseman is not giving any answers. He's not laying anything on the table. He's keeping his cards straight to himself, man. He is not doing much to give any type of answers about what the leaks are going to be, what they have an interest in this draft. And I don't blame them. This is what teams do every single year. Smoke and mirrors. That's what makes the draft so exciting, because you never know what these GMs are going to do, especially Howie Roseman. Now, he did talk about the Jalen Hurts contract, his work ethic. They talked about why they re-signed him, and obviously it was plain and simple. His work ethic and what a player that he is, and represents this organization the way he should be. That this is, quote-unquote, the beginning of Jalen Hurts' story, and there's going to be more to come, so pause. But that was the stuff on Jalen Hurts. Now, Roseman had a lot to say about this 10th overall pick. Really, the 10th overall pick has been really the most importance of this press conference, was really talked about. And what is the 10th? What does the 10th overall pick say for Howie Roseman? What does he think of? What does the 10th overall pick mean to Howie Roseman, and what is the worth? How is he taking that pick? Is it best player available? Is it best player for the scheme? How is he treating this pick? Is he treating it like luxury? I don't know, but this is what he had to say. Now, he said that we recognize the opportunity to get a unique player, just trying to be as open-minded as possible. Quote, unquote, whoever we pick is somebody that can impact the game. Okay, immediately. Not a ceiling, not a guy that needs a year or two. I'm talking impact. Immediately. Not the stupid news about, Lucas Van Ness. And Lucas Van Ness is not getting past the Eagles at 10. Like, that would really piss me off. I probably hate it so much. I'd be so mad over it. You have no idea. I've seen so many mock drafts, and you can't believe all these mock drafts, because 3/4 of them are always wrong. You know what I mean? Offensive lineman, yeah, sure, I could see that more than Lucas Van Ness at 10, okay? I could see Skoronski or Paris Johnson, somebody like that, no doubt about it, but that stuff has got to stop. I hate looking at it. It doesn't even worry me, because I think this is just like, it's just stupid rumors. You know what I mean? Stupid rumors I don't want to believe. So that's what I kind of don't want to see. Now, so the 10th overall pick, impact player, right? Guy that's going to just come right in and really start to produce instantly right on the field, right? You get to Bijan Robinson. He had an interview with ESPN, which there was a lot of stuff talked about here. Okay, now Bijan Robinson did talk about, 2 teams that he had pre-draft visits with. The Philadelphia Eagles, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay has the 19th overall pick. Now we have to worry about Tampa moving up. So the Eagles are sitting at 10 in a perfect spot right now. I don't even know now, even hearing that Tampa Bay's interested. The Patriots seem to have interest in Bijan. I don't know if the Eagles really should move back. I honestly think they should stay at 10, get the 3rd best player in the draft after Will Anderson, after Jalen Carter, and get this thing done. I don't think you can afford to really move back. I understand we don't have 4th, 5th, 6th round picks, but I'm telling you right now, Bijan to the Eagles is a priority for this team. And I think it's Bijan was at least top 3, top 4 pre-draft visit. I mean, he came here early in March. I mean, it was pretty early, I think. I think it was late March or something like that. So he's had Zoom calls. He said he had Zoom calls with other teams, but the Zoom call thing is stupid. I think it's really dumb because why wouldn't you go to the facility and meet the coaches and meet them hands-on? You know what I mean? Like, not going to the facility is like a big no-no, a big red flag to a player that might not even have interest in going there. You know what I mean? So I get it. It could be because of scheduling or something. But, I mean, the two teams that he has went to the facilities, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Philadelphia Eagles. Now, here's a thing that Bijan said, which I was like, oh, my God. I was freaking out over this. This is the juiciest part to this whole entire video, okay? Now, literally, Howie Roseman was like, Roseman had Bijan in for the pre-draft visit. Roseman kind of challenged Bijan when he was there. He was like, Howie had one request. He said, pitch me. Pitch me on why we should draft you at 10th overall. Okay? That's what he said. And then Bijan was like, you are not going to get a running back. You're getting a difference maker. You know what I mean? Like, that's awesome. That's cool to hear. Like, you know, don't think of me as just a running back. Think of me as a difference maker for your offense. Impact player at 10. Impact immediately. Really, at the end of the day, you get a defensive player, really, you have to depend on so many other pieces around that position to make you successful sometimes. Okay? If they get a defensive tackle in Jalen Carter, which I can understand, trust me, Jalen Carter is obviously the second best player in this draft. There's no doubt about it. But when you look at it from a perspective of what we have right now, what's still intact, this offense is still intact right now. And Bijan plugged in to this running back core, he's going to have instant success. You have a top 3 offensive line. You have 2 number 1 receivers. Okay, you have the top, probably the second best tight end in the league, okay? It's absolutely amazing. And you have some other running backs in there where you don't have to run the crap out of Bijan his first year here. Take advantage of what you had. Just like in 17, we had Blount. We had all these running backs that you could literally, make the rotation really well, tire out defenses with that rotation that you have. Then once 2024 comes, you run the crap out of Bijan with Gainwell. I think that's what you do here. But Howie Roseman is like, pitch me. Like, why should we even draft you at 10? And that answer right there, being a difference maker, not just a running back, worth more than that. And I know there are going to be fans that are pissed off if they make this move. Fans are going to be pissed. I already know it. Fans are going to hate me for it. I might even lose subscribers for it, and I really don't care. I'm very real. I don't sugarcoat anything. Like, at least for me, I have a player that I want. I'm not staying neutral. I'm not afraid to say who I want because people are going to be mad at me for who I want. At the end of the day, it's an opinion. At the end of the day, that's just who I want. And if we don't get him, life goes on. Simple as that. Life goes on. But getting Bijan Robinson, that pitch that Howie Roseman was like, pitch me. And Bijan is just like, I'm the difference maker. I'm not just a running back. I'm a difference maker for your offense. Because getting a defensive player is just, I like it. Trust me, if we got Jalen Carter, I'd be just as happy. But what's more likely production? Getting Jalen Carter or getting Bijan Robinson in your offense that's going to, boom, get major quick. You know what I mean? Obviously, he's going to, if you put the ball in Bijan's hands, he's going to have instant success because obviously he's going to produce more offensively than Jalen Carter will. It's weird because you're obviously you have a lot more set up right now in your offense than you do your defense right now with a new defensive coordinator. Brian Johnson, I really don't have, I don't really have anything bad to say really because I think he's learned from Sean Steichen. Brian Johnson, I think is going to open the playbook even more to get these guys opportunities. I don't want to hear that this team is a pass first team and, do you expect this team not to run at all? They run the football really well. You want 35 plus points on the board. Yes, this offense runs through Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, and Dallas Goedert. I understand that 100%. pass first team. There's no doubt about it. But this run game is really strong. To take pressure off Hurts where he doesn't have to get hit in games is going to be a huge difference maker for this offense. Imagine those third and shorts, what you could do with all these running backs. You could do so many different things. It's going to make teams like not know what to do. They're just going to give up at this point. You know what I mean? Between Bijan and the passing game, Bijan with those jump cuts and turns it out where it looks like it's going to be a 3 to 4 yard run turn into a 35+ yard home run. It's just amazing at this point. So I think the Eagles have legit interest here. I honestly, I'm not just saying it. I'm not trying to hype it up. I'm hyping it up for myself because I really want him. But at the same time, like I truly think, Bijan. Now, you had these pre-draft visits, and most of them are scheduled, but I think Bijan was one of the first guys, literally, I think in the third or fourth range, or probably lower than that. I think he was like one of the first guys that was here. Just think about last year, Jordan Davis was the first guy that they really had in the building, and they drafted him. They moved up, and they got him in front of the Ravens and gave up some picks for him. So I think staying at 10 would be perfect. I don't think you can move here because now I'm worrying about Tampa Bay moving up. And if they're getting best player available, that's best player available. That's the third best player in this draft, and it's to your offense. And Jalen Hurts just got a brand new contract, and then you got Bijan Robinson on a brand new contract in the NFL. They could be working together for the next 4 years. Well, I don't care about a second contract. I'm not caring about that right now. And fans just worry about this year. I'm not talking about just this year. I'm talking about for the next few years while this window is still open. The Jalen Hurts contract, the low cap numbers, the restructure of Jordan Mailata that's going to free up $7 million next year, $7 million the next year. Like, we're going to have cap. We're going to, you draft well, you're not going to have to spend money on big-time free agents. It's cool that if a team does that, there's no, if there's a position you don't want to cover or don't want to go in the draft and you want to really go get a guy right now that's going to do what, you never know. There's plug-in guys you can get for big money if that's what you want to spend your money on. But the more you draft well here, and the more success you're going to have in the league, the less cap you're going to have to spend in the offseason. The Eagles still have 14.5. I think they have $14.5 million right now. So obviously it's not that much. It's probably just enough for their draft picks and obviously freeing up some other money if they could do that. But Bijan Robinson, I think is the real deal. I think Howie likes him a lot. He's not going to say it, but I think there's legit interest here because really at the end of the day, like if they don't draft Bijan, if Carter and Will Anderson are off the board, Bijan's there at 10 and they trade back. They're obviously not trading back for Bijan. I think if they trade back, they're going to get somebody else. But Howie Roseman can't deny that this is the third best player in this draft. That will be available at 10. Okay, or if they think Bijan's going early for some weird reason, they move up to get him. I don't know, but those conversations really juiced up the interest level to what the Eagles could have towards Bijan. So I'm not trying to make a big deal about it, but I'm sorry, it's intoxicating, it's obsessive. This is just where I'm at right now. This is just where I'm at. So that interview with Bijan Robinson on ESPN was really interesting. I think took more into, what other teams are available. So Tampa Bay, Eagles, now you have to worry about Tampa Bay moving up. So trading back could be a big. If they want Bijan, they say, we're going to take Bijan, but we're going to move back a few spots. I don't know. With the Patriots sitting at 14, they could move up with Tampa Bay there at 19. They I don't know what their draft capital is. I don't know what other draft picks they have because I don't study them all off season, but could be realistic here. So we'll see when the time comes. Now I want to talk about obviously Matt Patricia. Yeah, the news is coming out, guys, that Matt Patricia is going to be the new senior defensive assistant for the Philadelphia Eagles. Now somebody saw this. I guess one of the beat writers saw this on the Eagles website as him as a hiring. And I think it ended up going off the internet. I think it went off the site or something like that. Nick Sirianni said it's trending towards that direction. Look, at the end of the day, guys, people are going to hate this, but he's not the defensive coordinator. He's not calling defensive plays. He's just here to help. That's it. You know what I mean? Slay just needs to grow up. Patricia needs to grow up. It's over. It's done. Nick said he has no issue. They're going to have a really good working relationship. I don't think they'll ever like each other. That's just what it is. And trust me, guys, there are plenty of players in the league that probably hate coaches and assistant coaches. But because this news came out a few years ago and Slay kind of opened his mouth to the world about how he didn't like Matt Patricia and what really happened behind the scenes, that's why it's blown up so much as it is. Okay, it's blown up to the point where it's like, oh my God, we can't have him here, blah, blah, blah. You think there's not other players in the league that don't like coaches but don't open their mouth about it? Of course, there's plenty of players that feel that way about coaches or assistant guys they don't get along with, or who cares? These guys are getting paid money to coach and play. They get paid thousands to millions of dollars, whatever the case may be, okay? They got to get along and just get over it. It's done. It's been a few years. It's over with, okay? Now you're on the same side. Now you have to get along. And I don't know how much really Slay is going to be in contact with him anyway. I mean, is he going to, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like Matt Patricia's coaching the whole, everybody on the field and going to be yelling at everybody. Everyone has this thing that he's has so much control. And he's not going to have much control, guys. Like, Sean Desai is the defensive coordinator. So we'll see what he does here. He's going to have a lot to say in, like, obviously getting his team prepared every single week defensively and helping out. So Nick seems to really like him a lot as a veteran mind of the game. His record, his rep, his I forgot what Nick said. He said his reputation speaks for itself. It's like, I'm like, I'd relax on that one a little bit. He's going to have the best reputation as a player's coach because he really isn't a player's coach, but, has probably softened up a little bit over the years, and obviously was with the Patriots, and obviously went to the Lions as the head coach, didn't work out, went back. I mean, it was just crazy at this point. So he's looking for a job, and, is nothing more than a senior assistant for the defense and will help with this defense, and obviously game plan against other offenses for the week during the season. So who knows? He might be a pretty good, assistant coach. Just give it a chance. And those two just need to really grow up at the end of the day, okay? So that's all I got to say about the Matt Patricia stuff. I know people aren't going to be happy with that, but there was rumors about that. What was it? This past offseason? There was news earlier about it, and, nothing really happened. And then we thought it was just rumor and that was it, and maybe he backed out. But, I guess it was pretty serious the whole entire time. But that's it for that. Coaching updates for the Philadelphia Eagles. So obviously I want to get, kind of go over this as well. So you have TK McDonald's defensive backs coach, Kevin Patullo, which I think is the best coach here. I'm surprised he didn't leave to go somewhere else. I'm actually shocked. Kevin Patullo is the passing game coordinator here. So he definitely helps. He's probably the biggest one here. Tyler Shooter as the assistant linebackers coach. You have Mike D'Angelo, defensive quality control. You have Taver Johnson, the assistant defensive backs coach. You have Ronald Williams, the Nichols coach, and you have Tyler Yelk as the assistant to the head coach. So the assistant head coach, I guess. So that is your coaching updates for the day. So we talked about Bijan Robinson, his interview, Howie's like, give me a pitch. Why should I draft you? Because I'm a difference maker. Okay? Obviously, Nick and Howie have a plan this draft. They haven't really leaked out anything, okay? And I don't expect them to, so trust me on that. But it was interesting to really hear about the 10th overall pick, what it means to them, Impact player, boom. 10th overall, impact immediately, not ceiling, not we think he's going to be good. No, like boom, he starts the first day and he just, man, I love it. I love the way they're drafting now. It's great. And trust me, if they don't get Bijan Robinson, I'm not going to be, I'll be like, oh, that was my guy, but life goes on at the end of the day, so I'm not going to be crying about it. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all the news, all the updates. Matt, Patricia as well. I want to hear your thoughts on how that this is actually very realistic now, and how do you feel about it? Does Slay need to grow up? Patricia they both need to just grow up at the end of the day. So, if you guys have lasted this long through almost 19-minute video, if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, like the video as well. We'll be covering the Eagles every single day. We'll be streaming the draft on the Philly Shakedown next week for 3 days, so it should be a lot of fun. And I'm not gonna be able to sleep this whole week. It's gonna get crazy with news. It's gonna be nuts. So that's all I gotta say, guys. You guys have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys on the next one. Shake it up, follow, slide. Peace out, guys. Peace.